Hello everyone, this is Professor Tariq Noor. Welcome to my channel Tariq Noor. So in today's video I'm gonna go ahead and continue with the basic of Unix commands, and the commands I'm gonna cover in this video will be the VI editor. So I will be talking about the VI editor in this video. So probably we're gonna go through all the commands on how to use the VI editor, how to create a file and save the file and use different commands in the command mode and also in the input mode. So first of all, what is a text editor? So a text editor is a tool that enables you to create, edit, or modify a file in a standard ASCII format. Now, files that contain text, such as program, source code, notes, memos. A text editor is similar to a word processor, like a Word document, without the priority features such as bold, center, underline, tab, etc. So while using the VI editor, you cannot really format your text. So it does not support any graphic interface. So it's going to be a plain text. The Unix operating system supports a number of both line and screen editors. So you can create or alter a file easily and efficiently. So there are different type of editors. We have the ED, which is the original line editor. We have the EX, which is a more sophisticated superset of the ED editor. We have the VI, which is a visual screen editor. And then we have the Emacs, which is a public domain screen editor. Now, what is a line editor? So basically a line editor enables you to edit one or a group of lines at a time. You must specify the line number in the text to change it and to specify the change itself. Used to perform global operations that include searching, replacing, and copying multiple blocks of text in a line or in a file. Screen editors. Now, screen editors basically enables you to create a file or edit an existing file. Enables you to edit a text file by displaying text one screen at a time. It enables you to move the cursor around the screen to make changes within a file. The VI editor is a screen-oriented text editor available on most Unix operating systems. Provides some of the flexibility and ease of a word processing program. The VI is based on the line editor EX and is possible to use EX command within the VI. The basic editing job usually involves the following operation: creating a new file or modifying an existing file, entering text, deleting text, searching text, changing text, saving the file, and then quitting the session. Now, while using the VI editor, the VI have two modes. There are two modes for the VI editor. One is called the command mode, and the second one is called the text input mode. Now, some commands work only in the command mode, and the other works in the input mode. And we're gonna go through this in this video. So by default, when you open the VI editor, you're automatically on the command mode. When you press a key in a command mode, it invokes the command that is associated with the key. You may delete a line, search for a text, or move around the screen while pressing a key or multiple keys in the command mode. Now, some commands in the command mode are accompanied with the colon sign, the slash sign, and the question mark. Again, we're going to go over this later in the video, how to use the colon, the slash, and the question mark. Now, these commands, which I'm referring to, the colon, the slash, the question marks, are displayed on the very last line of the screen while you're on the command mode. So when you use those commands, they will display all the way at the bottom on the left of your screen. Now, the text input mode. Text input mode enables you to insert or append a text or characters by typing from the keyboard. You can only use the keyboard. Alright, so let's go ahead now and begin and create a file. So first thing we need is to log into the Unix shell. Alright, so this is my Unix shell. I'm already logged into my shell. Okay, so let's go ahead and create our first file. So currently, if you can see, I'm at the system prompt. So on the system prompt, on the command line, I'm gonna go ahead, type vi, which is my command, space, and then the file name. So in this case, I'm gonna give my file the name first file. So vi is the command that I'm using, and then first file is the name of the file that I want to create. Once you type the file name, you hit enter. As soon you hit enter, your file is generated. Now remember, this file is not saved. All the contents are not saved. Everything is saved on the buffer till you saved it for a long-term memory. Now, if you notice at the bottom of your screen on the status, I can see it says first file, which is the name of the file, and then in brackets it says new file. So right now on this screen that I just opened, as soon as I hit the VI, this is called the command line. So once I hit enter after the VI and first file, the file is generated. The file is not saved yet for a long-term memory. It's temporarily saved in the buffer. Now, if you look at the bottom of the screen, it shows me the name of the file and also it says new file. So the new file means this is a brand new file that we are generating. And by default, we are on the command mode. So in this mode, we cannot insert any text. So if the file does not exist, a blank screen will appear displaying the tilde signs. So all this blue sign on the left, these are called tilde signs on the left of the column. And then it shows the file name at the bottom. And also the tilde sign indicates that right now you're on the command mode. Now remember a few things. The VI will always start in the command mode. The VI is ready to accept your commands. You cannot start entering text in this mode. So remember, when you're in the command mode, you cannot insert text. You can only search, replace, insert, delete, or append a text in this mode. So while you're in the command mode, you can only search, replace, insert, delete, or append a text, but you cannot insert a text. Now the status line, which we talked about it earlier at the bottom, displays the name of the file and the file status as new. So new means this file is just recently being created. Now in order to switch to the input mode, you need to press the I key from your keyboard. So if you press I in lowercase, so as soon as you press I from your keyboard, it will take you to the insert mode. So if you look now at the status line at the bottom, it says insert. So when you're in insert mode, you're now in the mode of editing your document and creating your document. So as soon as I press I, my screen mode changed to text input mode. So now in this screen, I can go ahead and type my text, my document. I can create my shell, my script, or anything I want to add into this document. So let's go ahead and create our first document. So I'm going to go ahead and type some content. All right, so if you noticed, I just went on and typed some text in the document. So right now I created my first file. So I just input some text in the input mode. Now remember, you can only enter text when you activate the input mode. So if you're in the command mode, you cannot insert text. And you activate the input mode by pressing the I key from the keyboard, key I. Now, if you want to change modes to save a file, or you just want to go to the command mode, you can do that too. So if you keep an eye at the bottom of my screen, it says insert. So as long as it says insert, that means I'm on the input mode. Now, if I want to go out into the command mode so I can exit the shell or the program or the file, I have to be on the command mode. So in order to exit the input mode and go out to the command mode, all you have to do is press the escape key, which is the ESC key on your keyboard. Is normally on the top left of your keyboard. So ESC, that's called the escape key. As soon as you press the escape key, as I'm about to do it, now I just press the escape key and you notice at the bottom of the file, the insert disappeared. So when insert is not showing anymore, that means I'm in the command mode. So now I need to save and exit the shell or exit the VI editor. So once I hit the escape key, so after pressing the escape key, now my next task is I want to save and exit the VI editor so I can go back to my command line. So to do that, the first thing is we have to press the colon key from the keyboard. And if you notice on the screen on the bottom left, it prints the colon sign. And then the command to save the file is WQ. WQ means save and quit. And we will talk about this later on in the video. So WQ is the command to save and quit. As soon as I hit enter, now you can notice my document is closed and it took me back to my command line. All right, so let's do one more time, another file. So I'm going to say VI space, I'm going to call it second file. I'll hit enter. As soon as I hit enter, notice again at the bottom, it says second file, which is the name of the file. And in brackets, it says new file. And if you notice, there's a tilde sign on the left side of the screen. That indicates I'm on the command mode right now. So in order for me to move out from the command mode to the input mode so I can enter text, I have to press the I key from the keyboard, lowercase. Remember, this is case sensitive. Unix is a case sensitive. So make sure you press the I in lowercase I. As soon as I press I, if you notice now on the status line at the bottom, now my line, instead of showing the file name, it says insert, which indicates I'm on the insert mode. So now I'm going to go ahead and create the file. This is this. All right, so I just created another text file using the VI editor. So I just type some text. So now in order for me to save this file, I have to move out from the insert mode to the command mode. And to do that, you will need to press the ESC key from the keyboard. So press the ESC key from the keyboard to move back to the command mode. So as soon as I press the escape key, so I'm on the command mode. Now, if you see on the command mode, I don't see the insert text anymore because I'm on the command mode. As soon as I press I, I'm back to the insert mode. So now if I press escape again, I'm in the command mode. So that's how you switch back and forth. So if you say, now I want to add some more text, you press I and you're in the insert mode. And then you can continue type if you want to type, or you can move the arrow up and down to go to the line. So just like word processing, you can move the arrows in the direction you want, left arrow, right arrow, top arrow to the line, and then you can always edit the text. So to save the file, we will go out to the command mode, and then we'll go out to the command mode by pressing the ESC key from the keyboard. And then after that, we have to do colon and then W colon WQ to save and exit. All right, so we will talk about this command in the next video, but right now, if you want to see the files that you generated in your directory, all you have to do is type the ls command. ls stands for list, and I'm going to cover this in my next video. So as soon as you press ls, it's going to show me all the files and directories that I have in my directory. So now I'm going to look for the files I made earlier. So here you go. First of all, I see the first file, and also I see the second file. So we just created two files, and I can see them in the directory. And again, how did I get the list of directory? By just typing ls list, and then you can look at your directory and look for the file you just generated. So I have some other files that I have generated earlier, so please don't pay attention to those. So let's go ahead and do it one more time. So we'll say vi space, and then I'm going to call this file class. Hit enter. Same, you can see the tilde sign on the left, and then class, and then new in brackets. I press the I from the keyboard to the insert mode, and then I'm going to type some information. So I just created a file. So in order for me to save this, the first step is I have to go to the command mode, which is pressing the escape key from the keyboard. So as soon as I press, I'm in the command mode. As you can see, there's no insert anymore at the bottom. Now from the insert mode, from the command mode, I'll press the colon key from the keyboard and then WQ. Soon I hit enter, my file is generated and is saved. Now if I type ls list, now I'm looking for the file I call class. It should be on my list, and right here, class. So the file is generated. So we created 3 files in this video using the VI editor. We created the first file, we created the second file, which is on my directory right now, and also I just created another file called class. All right, so if you want to open the file that you already generated, all you have to do is just type VI and then followed by the file name. So I'm going to say VI space file first. Now the file names are case sensitive, so make sure if the file name is all in lowercase, you make sure you use a lowercase. If it's uppercase, use uppercase. If you use a different case, the system would generate a new file. If I want to open a file and edit it, if I already have a file that I already generated and I want to edit it or apply some other commands, I have to open the file again using the VI editor. So I'll type VI space first file, which is this file that I want to open. Soon I hit enter. Now you can notice it took me back to the file that I have generated a little earlier in this video with all the text, and by default it's on the command mode. Now there are some commands that we can use in the command mode on moving the cursor and moving the lines. So I'm going to show you that. So we will be going through some of these commands right now. So if you press the H letter from the keyboard, your pointer will move to the left. The J is going to move it down. K is going to go up. L is going to go right, to the right. And then the $sign WB. So we're going to go ahead and practice all these commands while on the command mode. So all these options on your screen, all these commands can only be done while you're on the command mode, not the insert mode. All right, so I'm on the command mode right now. So the first letter on the keyboard shortcut is the letter H. So if I press H, you can notice my pointer is moving to the left. So as I'm pressing the letter H from the keyboard, it's moving to the left. If I press the letter K, my pointer is moving up. If I press L, it's going to go to the right. If I press the letter J, it's going to go down. L to the right, H to the left, K is going to move up, and J is going to move down. So this allows you to move your pointer to the left, to the right, up and down while you're in the command mode. Now, if I press the letter H and I'm right now in the beginning of the line, and if I press the $sign, that will take my cursor to the end of that line. Now let me move back again. Okay, so if we press the letter W, lowercase w, it's going to move one word at a time. See? So my pointer is jumping one word at a time. So if I press W, it's going to go to the word will, continue to think that it is fun. So as I'm pressing the letter W, the key W from the keyboard, lowercase w, it moves the cursor position forward one word. Now, if you press the letter B, B as a boy, lowercase, it's going to move the cursor position backward one word. See? It's moving backward. If you press the letter E, it's going to move the cursor to the end of the word. You press the letter E from the keyboard, and your pointer is going to move to the end of the word. If you press the number 0, it's going to move your pointer to, it's going to move the cursor position to the beginning of the current line. If you hit the enter key, you move to the next line. All right, next, if you press the return key or the enter key, it moves the cursor position to the beginning of the next line. So right now, if you notice, my cursor is at the beginning of the first line. As soon as I hit enter, it goes to the beginning of the next paragraph. If you press the space bar from your keyboard, it moves the cursor position one space to the right. And if you press the backspace key from the keyboard, moves the cursor position one space to the left. So these are different options to move the cursor around while you're in the command mode. So we just went through all these options. Now we have some more commands that we can use while you're in the command mode. So we're going to use the capital I, capital A, small a, capital O, and small o. So let's go ahead and do it. So the I, we already did that. So the small letter I is going to insert the text you entered before the character or the cursor position. So if I press I in lowercase, now I'm on the insert mode, and if you notice, my cursor is wherever it is, and now I can type to the left of it. Now let me hit escape to go back to the command mode. Next is capital I. So if I press the capital I, it basically inserts the text you entered at the beginning of the current line. So let me just move my cursor to this line here. So now if I press capital I, and you can notice now it took my cursor to the beginning of the line and it started typing. So I'm going to hit escape to move back to the command mode. Next, we're going to do the A, capital A and small a. So the small a appends the text you entered after the character the cursor is positioned. So my cursor right now is positioned right here and the word T. Now if I press small letter A, and you can see it allows me to append after the letter T because that's where my cursor was. I'm hitting escape to go back to command mode again. So for each command, we have to go back to the command mode, escape, and then you press the key from the keyboard for the next command. So next I'm going to do the capital A. So the capital A basically allows you to append the text you entered after the last character of the current line. So I'm on the current line right now. So if I press capital A, it took my cursor all the way to the end of the line, and now it will let me add text. Very good. I'll hit escape to go back to my command mode. Now if I press O, small letter O, basically that will open a blank line after the cursor is positioned. So if I press O, that opens a new line. Now if I press capital O, it gives me a line before the line where my cursor was. So this is just to insert a new line. Once you insert a new line, now you press I, and then you can go ahead and type your text. Very good. We hit escape to go back to the command mode. All right, so I'm going to position my cursor to the beginning of the file. So let's move to the next presentation. So there are some other commands I'm going to walk through in this video. So we'll be using the X, capital small letters DD, U, capital U, capital R, small r, the dot, the slash, and the question mark. So if I use a single X, small x, that deletes the character specified by the cursor position. So let's go ahead and do it. So I'm going to do all this one at a time. Okay, so back to my shell where I'm editing a document. So the first thing I'm going to press is the small letter X. So small letter X deletes the character specified by the cursor position. So if I press X, you notice that T is deleted. Now, if I move my pointer to the word Y and I press the capital X, it deletes the character specified to the left of the cursor position. So remember, the small x will delete the character specified by the cursor position. Wherever your cursor position is, it will be deleted. And then if you use a capital X, it will delete to the left. The next option I'm going to show you while you're in the command mode is the DD. So DD deletes the line specified by the cursor position. So if I want to delete the whole line, I will just push the D twice, constantly, DD. And if you notice, it deletes the whole line. Now, if you want to undo what you just deleted, you press the small U, that will undo it. And then if you press capital U, it will undo all the changes in the current line. So U will undo whatever you deleted or change or amend. Now, if I move my pointer to this word file here, and I press a small letter R, it will let me replace that word. So now look, I press Y. So if I press escape, and then again, if I press small R, and I press F, so it let me replace the character that the cursor is on. Now, capital R replaces a character starting from the cursor position. So let's press capital R. And then I can type something here. And if you notice, it replaced the whole word that I typed. Now I'm going to hit escape to go back to the command mode. The next option I'm going to show you is how to find. If you want to find something in your document, if you're searching for a word or a character or whatever, you can always search for it. So we have two ways to search. One is using the slash key, and one is using the question mark. So the difference is if you use a slash search, the slash search forward for a specific pattern. So it search forward, and if you use question mark, it basically search backward. So right now my cursor, if you notice, is in the beginning of the file. And if I want to search forward, so I will use the slash key. So in this case, while in the command mode, I'm going to press slash. And if you notice at the bottom, it invokes the slash key, and then I'm going to type the word I'm looking for. So in this case, I'm looking for the word file. So as soon as I tap file, if you notice, it highlights the word file. And then if I press enter, it highlights the word F. And then if you think there are more words that you want to look for, which relates to your search file, you press the letter N from your keyboard, N as Nancy, lowercase n. It's going to go and find all the words that have F file on them. See? So right now, if you notice, my cursor is at the end of that line, on the second line, file. Now, if I hit escape, so in this case now, we will do the question mark. So we're going to type question mark, if you notice at the bottom, question mark, and then I'm going to use file. And once I hit enter, it highlights. Now if I press the letter N, it's going to go backward to look for that character. So the difference between slash and question mark is slash goes from left to right, keep searching, and if you use a question mark, it goes from right to left, so it goes backward. So forward slash and question mark. All right, so with that, I'm gonna save and quit my file, and I'm back to my command line. There are some other feature to save the file. So this is very important when you're saving a file. So we have been using WQ. So WQ is to save and quit. If you just want to save the file, but you don't want to quit, you just type W. Just like in Microsoft Word, when you press save or Control S, so W will save the file, but it will not exit or quit the editor, so you can still continue work on your file. If you just want to quit the editor, so you press Q. If you want to quit the editor without saving the changes you made, so you have to press Q with the exclamation mark. That will quit the editor without making any changes. So it will cancel, it will abandon all the changes you made. And ZZ is used to save the file as well. So WQ is the most important because you have to save and quit. And if you don't want to save the file, if you think you made some mistakes and you don't want to save it, you want to keep the file as it was saved last time, then you type Q and exclamation mark. Now all this have to be entered in the command mode. So let me just show you real quick. Okay, so I'm going to show you the difference between WQ and Q exclamation mark. So let me open the file again. Okay, so I'm in my file. I'll press the I key, and now I'm going to move my pointer to the line where I want to insert a text. So I'm going to go ahead and type my name. So once I type my name, I want to save this. So I'm going to hit escape to go to command mode, and then colon WQ means save and quit. So it's done. Now if I open the file again, you can notice my name is saved and it shows at the bottom of the screen. Now in this case, if I press I to input, now if I type welcome to my channel, now if I press escape, colon, and if I type Q with the exclamation mark from the keyboard, so that means I'm telling the computer do not save the last editing part I add to my document, which means it will not save welcome to my channel. So if I press enter, the document is quit. So now if I open it again, you will notice that last character I typed is not saved. All right. So with that, I will conclude my video for this lecture here. So in this lecture, in this video, we went over the VI editor. So we worked on the VI, we created files and things of that nature. So please make sure you practice the VI command and make sure to create as many files as you can so you can understand the concept of how to create a file, how to save a file, and how to quit the VI editor. Keep watching my channel for more videos, please, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more exciting videos which I'm working on. Thank you for watching. Again, this is Tariq Noor.